you guys here. I'm sure you guys enjoyed session 1 for today, and we're not going to be wasting time. We'll be going into session 2 because we've promised to keep to time. We're starting at exactly 3 p.m. So I'll be introducing our speaker for session 2, our facilitator for session 2. Pastor Chioma Ibezim is the president of the Singles and Married International Fellowship, with its headquarters in Umuahia, Abia State. She's the Executive Council of Pan-African Youth Parliament. She's the Executive Coordinator of Family Relationship and Marriage with the International Ministers Fellowship Nigeria. She's also the proprietress of Hybrid International Academy, Umuahia. She's well-read. She has a BA in Linguistics, a postgraduate diploma in education, a master's in education. She has a PhD in guidance and counseling, a second master's in peace resolution and conflict management from Turkish University, Abuja, and a certificate course in leadership principles in Harvard University, Boston, USA. And today she takes sessions with Harvard. She has also led Nigerian delegates to Europe during the International Family Policies Conference in Istanbul in 2015. She has represented Nigeria severally in the UN World Women Conferences in New York and Europe. She's really graced of God. Pastor Dr. Chioma has authored 4 books, 4 articles, and presently 3 of her books are in the press. It looks like I'm casting news with this long biography. Yeah. Please, with so much excitement, please let's welcome our first female facilitator, Pastor Dr. Chioma Ibezim. Hello, ma'am. Please let me know if you can hear me. Please, ma'am, let me know if you can hear me. Welcome.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
I'm struggling to hear you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know you're talking, but if you can hear me, that is great. But your voice is so faint. But do you hear me clear?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you clearly. Yes, over to you, ma'am.
Okay. That's great. Okay, good evening, all. Okay, you can hear me. Okay, that's great. Okay. Thank you so much for the, is my camera dark? Am I dark? It's clear. Okay, great. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, the host. Thank you. And I give God all the glory for today. And I know that he will speak to us. The topic I am to speak on is the principles of a healthy relationship. The principles of a healthy relationship. My topic is not the principles of a relationship, but the principles of a healthy one. So it means that a lot of relationships are sick. A lot of them are not well. That's why we hear this one killed this one today. This one butchered this one. This one just left this one. And when it is healthy, it means that all the ingredients that I'll be telling us tonight are present in them. So in our relationships, let's desire for a healthy one. It is not going to church that guarantees a healthy relationship. It's not holding a title or being addressed as a pastor or going to Harvard or wearing a good dress. None of these. All of these I mentioned are the container. They are not the content. And no matter how beautiful the container is, it's for the trash. It's for the dustbin. All we are looking for is the liquid content only. You have this, where's that perfume that is in my bag? You know, a lot of times we buy perfume. This is a perfume, and this is Burberry, London. And most times we can look at this perfume, wow, clothed very well. How can the perfume come with a jacket? We can be attracted by the container. No, that's not it. Until we open it and a little, that will tell us the stuff this is made of. So it is the you within you. It is the content that determines who you are. So when we talk about healthy relationship, we're talking about a relationship that is breathing well, full of life, eats well, that knows the principles and the ethics of a relationship. What's a principle? A principle is a fundamental truth or proposition that serves as the foundation for a system, to run, a belief to run, a behavior to run, or even a chain of reasoning to run. The basic principles. So this is the fundamental truth that, serves as a foundation upon which a system stands. So meaning that if there are no principles in a relationship, in a marriage, in a home, it will crash. There is a scripture I love so much, and that is John 1:17. And it says, for the law was given to Moses, but grace and truth came by the appearance of Jesus. So Jesus came with two things, grace and truth. Each time you hear grace, grace has a twin sister, and that's truth. Grace is the principle. Truth is the principles. Without the principles, you can't assess the principle. So let's look at what should make, or what makes a relationship healthy. Let's look at them one by one, but give me a second. Give me a second. Yes, which one? Not on Facebook. So the one you sent is what? Okay. Eh? Oh. I thought that was what you sent. Where's my Zoom link? Okay. Okay. I thought that was what you sent. Just stay on. Have you sent it? Hmm? Okay, so the number one principle is, there are 8 ways to test a relationship. Whether this relationship can stand the test of time. But the topmost of them all is integrity. Principle number one. The book of Job, chapter number 1, verse 1, summarized that book. In one verse alone, we were told everything we needed to know about Job. Job chapter number 1, verse 1. There was a man in the land of Uz, whose name was Job, and that man was perfect, number one, upright, number two, feared God, number three, and hated evil. And from the book of Job, chapter number 1 till the end, that was what we saw. The qualities of Job, he didn't fail in any one. Integrity is a firm adherence to a code, especially moral value. Incorruptibility and unimpaired condition, soundness, quality or state of being complete, undivided, morals. That man is a man of integrity. You can relate with him. So meaning that if I lack integrity, I lack all. You know, today we want to use church to cover a lot of things. And that is danger. Because a lot of people can pass through church, yet church will not pass through. So it's not actually your religion. Whether you're a Christian or you're a Muslim or what, any religion, it's not just until you have allowed that religion to pass through you, then we can attest to the fact that you're a good man. Principle number one, God cannot deal with you if you can't deal with yourself. So you have to get yourself, catch yourself, know yourself. Then when you look at him, you see most of the times, I know it could be a mixed crowd. So I'm talking from where I'm coming from. And you can also add your own religion to it. For God to take you, he will first of all, pass you through a test. He never picked anybody just like that. He drew the attention of Moses to the burning bush. Bush was burning, but there was fire, but he never burnt. Can your yes be yes? Then God can trust you. And if he can trust you, man can trust you too. Can your no be no? What you said in January, are you going to repeat the same thing? A woman of God, well-known woman of God in Abuja, said to me one day, I said, Chioma, do you know why I like you? I want you tell me the same story. Analyze to me what you told me 3 years ago. And the story are just the same. Meaning you never lied. That's a good testimony. Because it's only lies that you can change. But the true story remains the same. So the number one is integrity. Number two is, we're talking about relationship. And I'm talking about ID, in God. I'm talking to those who have already gotten themselves. But adventure, you're not. Your number one is to know him first. Your number one is to relate with him first. But I assume that everybody I'm speaking to are those who are already in God, those who understand him. Number two, principle number two. You see, why would I lie to somebody I'm in a relationship with? Meaning, I don't want that relationship to go far. Because by and by, they'll find out the truth. Why would I tell lies to somebody that has become to be me? Why would I tell lies to somebody I'm just meeting without knowing where the relationship is heading to? So why would I lie when there is a truth? Why would I choose to lie? If I have to maintain a relationship and make it healthy, I should be far away from lies. Call a spade a spade. Don't call it an agricultural implement. It's a spade. And that's what it is. They go hand in hand. I will be using some defensive driving tips to talk to us about maintaining, sustaining, and the principles of a healthy relationship. So, number 3, focus on the task at hand. And that brings about maturity. Be ready for it. Know why you are there and focus on it. Give it your best. No driver, no normal driver will be driving and your phones are on. Your radios are on, blasting music. If you want to be comfortable and then you wind up, there are no air conditions, you're going to suffocate. You're carrying kids in the car and there are no back seats for them, no seat belt. Or you are on a heated discussion with your spouse while you're driving. All of this will distract you. So always pay attention to the road and to your vehicle. So pay attention to the relationship because you're going somewhere. Somewhere doesn't mean marriage. Somewhere does not mean marriage. Every relationship must not end in marriage. Not every one of them will end in marriage. The second principle, integrity, no lies. Number 3. Did you get that? Don't tell lies. Only the truth and the truth alone shall set you free. So focus on the reason why you are there. Now, this is where a lot of people miss the mark. My name is Chioma, and Ibrahim approached me for a relationship. And Ibrahim said to me, I like you. If you're a man here and you've seen somebody that you like, please, you, not you love, because it takes relationship. Love grows. It takes character to talk about love. So you go to the person and you say, I like you. Can we be friends? And the person says, yes. My darling, that said yes. He didn't say, I like you and I want to marry you. This is where a lot of young ladies miss the mark. That a young boy is talking to you does not mean he's interested in marriage. Every relationship must not strike a balance. Know what that relationship stands for. Leave it at that. Don't push anybody to propose. Don't push anybody to come and see your people. When they are not telling you you are fine, I tell you the truth. They're actually telling another person. And you might not belong there. So don't push yourself to belong where you are not. Leave that relationship the way it is. The way it is that you're his friend. Take it, the ladies, I'm talking to you. Don't take it further than what you met. Leave it there. And he did not tell you that you shouldn't talk to another person. So leave your relation. Pay attention to the road and to your vehicle. Pay attention to where you're going and pay attention to, I always tell people, watch what you say because you're listening. Watch what you say because you. So the very first person that hears what you say is you. Before other people will hear you, your ear don't hear them. Your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your hands, your body. So you're a partaker of what you say. The words we speak are spirit and they are life. Pay attention to how you look. Pay attention to the vehicle and the road. The road is where the relationship. Principle number 3, focus. The vehicle is you. How can you tell me you're in a relationship and you don't brush your teeth? What kind of relationship is that? You're causing trouble. That smell is a direct slap. It can make somebody faint. Brush your teeth. Rinse your mouth. Make sure you have gum handy. Whenever you close your mouth and you haven't said anything, it's going to stink. So when you have closed your mouth for 30 minutes and you haven't talked, look for tom-tom and put in your mouth. How can you say that you're keeping the container clean, focus on the vehicle and on the road, and your armpit is not shaved? Jehovah is. Jehovah Shammah. Mommy, I don't have money to buy shaving stick. Use razor blade. When it hurts you, that's your business. I cannot get razor blade. Break a bottle and use it. Use broken bottle. But by all means, shave. All those places that can attract sweat, shave them off. You don't have money for perfume? Use lemon. Lemon is like 400 naira. 1 out of 4, cut them into 4. Take 1 and the private part is going to leave you clean and you smell well. See, don't talk to me when you know you kept your mouth closed for 30 minutes. Then you now want to whisper to me, you're coming close. Should you want me to throw up whatever I eat? Do not change your color because of a man that does not use cream. Focus on the container and the road. Focus on the vehicle and on the road. You're a young lady, God made you black. But he said he loves ladies that are fair. My dear, you are not the one. Don't change your color from black to green for a man that does not apply cream. I mean, men don't care about cream. They don't even remember it. But Susan wants to change her color because he wants him to like her. It will not last long. Focus on the road and on the vehicle. The vehicle you must pay attention to it. Pay attention. Drivers under 20 are the most prone to distraction while driving. So relationship is not for BBB and BBG, bouncing baby boys and bouncing baby girls. It's not for them. It's for adults, mature adults. The people who can reason and think well. So make sure you are old enough. Do you know that God didn't make a girl in the Garden of Eden? So relationships are not for girls. Do you know that God didn't make a boy in the Garden of Eden? Relationships are not for boys. Stop bouncing. It is only babies that bounce. Adults stand. We know they bounce. We stand in relationships. Because from beginning, it would have been easier to mold a small bouncing baby girl and and give it to Adam, or a soft breast. No, it would have been better to make a boy or a girl easier. But he made a man. He made a woman. Those are heavy. So relationships are not for girls. They are for women. They are for men. Focus on the task at hand. Because your focus, the eyes that look are common, but the eyes that see are rare. Everybody is looking, everybody is not seeing. Go beyond looking and see. Identify true friends because you're focused. Identify true friends. Open your eyes. Open your gates to mature, not to babies. Decide who stays and who leaves. And it takes an adult to do that. That's 4. That's 3. Number 4. expect mistakes. Rules of a relationship, principles of relationship, there must be mistakes. See, some say don't trust anyone but yourself. Even yourself, you cannot trust, because what you will do can shock you. What you will do, your shadow will leave you when the heat gets so tough. So some people say, don't trust anyone but yourself. That's good to trust yourself. But I tell you the truth, that sometimes there are things you yourself would do and you're going to be shocked. Like, did I do that? Was it me? So you can imagine you shocking yourself. How much more other people? It's a principle I have to know. It, guys, is an underlying principle. Mistakes is paramount. It can happen. We all have different backgrounds, where we're coming from. I left my house and my husband slapped me, and I came to the office crying. You left your house, your boyfriend disappointed you, and you came crying. Another one left. We all came from different places, so expect mistakes. Expect mistakes. True friends are human beings. They are not spirits, so they can hurt you. Friends are human. That's what Proverbs 27 verse 6 told us. A friend can hurt you not because he wants to hurt you. He can hurt you because he is human. And he did, you can write 6. I'm going to see it as 6. Another person facing me is going to see it as 9. Another person by my side will see it like art. All correct. Different perspectives, but all correct. A friend can correct you because a friend can hurt you because he wants to correct you. If you get angry with correction, you become unproductive in life. It's a big difference. One thing you have to remember is that most of your stress, they come from the way you respond. Life is 90% reaction, not even action. So expect mistakes. That's the rule. How can you enter into a relationship and you believe that everything is going to be, somebody said, Mommy, I want somebody that will love me, take me to the moon, bring me back, and all of that, take me to Cape Town, make me comfortable. I want somebody that will love me the way I am. If you're a young man here, do not love a lady the way she is. Love me the way I am. So if you're bad, I should love you that way. If you're bad, you need to change. And I asked her a question. All this while this man will be taking you to the moon and bringing you back, what will you be doing? You will just fold your hands. What's your own role? What would you be doing? You know the truth. Marriage is not even about the woman. It's about the man. It's about the man. Wake up. Everybody wake up. We are dozing. We are sleeping. We're in a wonderland. We need to face reality and work on ourselves so that things will be good for us. We are sleeping and snoring deep with different kinds of snoring. That's what we're doing. I want you to know that because mistakes are paramount, I have to train myself on how to react to them. That makes me mad. Because mistakes can happen, I have to talk to myself on how to respond to them. That's what makes me stand out. Remember this. No matter how good you are, people will judge you according to their mood and their needs. They're not going to judge you because you're guilty, but they are judging you according to their mood and their needs. No matter how educated, talented, rich you believe you are, how you treat people ultimately tells a lot about you. Whether you were going through mood swing, or you're a mood-oriented person, it doesn't matter which mood you are. But the way you react to people, 2 wrongs can't make a right. Principles of relationships: expect mistakes. Expect them. And when they come and they apologize to you, please accept. Apologize when you are wrong. Don't allow pride to make you lose someone destiny brought your way and that you cannot replace just because of pride. Forgiveness is key here. Forgiveness. You can forgive some people without welcoming them back into your life. Apology accepted, access denied. I accept apologies, but access back to the no. Number 5, principles of a relationship. Still learning from driving. Slow down. Always give a break. There are times some people don't feel like talking. Leave them. You're disturbing too much with your text message. Are you awake? You reply me. See how you are doing night vigil without prayer. See how you are awake without speaking in tongues. Text message has become scripture. The scriptures we read are letters that people wrote. Which one are we writing? Our sons and our daughters shall prophesy, and they shall see visions. Are they happening now? Mommy, I'm 25. I'm not even in a relationship. Get to 26. You're not qualified at 25. That's why it hasn't come. The one who made you knows who you are. The one who made you knows the stuff you're made of. What do we think relationship is? Kissing, touching breast, Abi? Or shutting the window, and then closing door and turning off light. And I keep asking married people, why are you people turning off light? Are you agent of darkness? What's wrong when the light is on? Why turn off light? Even God appeared and saw it was darkness. He introduced light. So why are you turning off light? Won't you leave the light on and look at each other's face, eyeball to eyeball? Love making is a fellowship. I don't know whether you came across that, my viral video. Slow down. Give a break. Know when you exceed your welcome. You go to, so you visited and they are showing you signs they want to leave, yet you're still there. They are showing you signs that they are not comfortable. You don't want to go. You need a rope on your neck to pull you out. Every sign is there to make you know that you visited at the wrong time. You're doing like you're not listening to what they are saying. But you know, they are leaving you going up and coming back. Instead of you to leave, my dear, slow down. Calm down. Let's be calming down. Let's slow down. Ask yourself, where is this relationship taking us? Follow the way it is. Don't be faster than the relationship itself. It's a principle. I have to slow down and allow this work at its pace. Okay? Let me tell you what the U.S. Census in 2009 reported. They reported 33,808 fatalities due to overspeeding. So the faster you travel, the longer it takes to stop. Can I say it again? The faster you travel, the longer it takes to stop. And the bigger the impact when you crash. The faster is the bigger the impact when it crashes. But do travel along with the flow of the traffic, as long as it does not exceed recommended limits. As long as it does not. Don't be faster than the relationship. Number 6, content, not the container. I love this. I love this. You know, the only powder my face accepts is this powder. If it's not MAC, my face does not like it. Eh? And you don't make 50,000 naira a week. You don't make 100,000 naira a week, and you want to follow me to apply MAC. My dear, you're a robber without a gun. I am not interested in your container. I want to know the content. I want to know the stuff, rules of a relationship. Content, not container. Find a car with a high safety rating and large number of airbags. Invest in the right child restraint and seat belt. Adjusters for your family. And don't forget to use them. If you can take precaution in car, is it in your relationship? You're not going to take precautions here. Build the content. Apple container, leave container alone. Mary Kay, Black Opal, MAC powder, mascara. Native doctors have left the shrine. They are now walking on the road. They are now on the road. I remember one day somebody was asking me whether in France or in, sorry, that wasn't in France. It was in Chicago. Oh man, what do you use on your hair? What's the name of your, I said, Chioma. I'm a brand myself. I don't have to follow fashion. Fashion should follow me. And I cannot leave the shores of Nigeria and I wear English. Are they mad? What happened to my traditional? I have to showcase who I am. Oh, who made your stuff? They keep taking pictures. Apparently, that was how I caught COVID last year in Florida. Taking selfie. Oh, can I have a picture with you? Oh, can I have a picture with you? Because I've been wondering, how did I get it? Build the you in you. You know what? Anywhere you are, they will look for you. How many minutes remaining? My time is 1 hour. 30 minutes gone. Okay, great. I wanted to ask for that. Build the content. When you have quality, people invite me for speaking engagement and I'm not available. They say, we'll cancel it. Let's wait for when you're available. And then we fix it again. I've never been a conference speaker to any place that they didn't say, come back again. Even if you're a David in the bush, every other person will stand up until you appear. Why? There is content. You carry what is seasonal and people are looking for it. Principles of a relationship. I'll develop myself. This relationship will not kill me. Stay there. And at the end of the day, they're going to look for somebody who has something in there and they'll marry them. How many points have I said? 7. You know I have a lot of them. You look for my trouble and then you gave me my topic. So just let me give you as much as I can do and I'll take your questions. I have 10 minutes. Having no expectations. Blessed are those who do not expect, for they shall not be disappointed. Principles of a relationship. No expectation. I'm here because I love you. And love that's it. But Oga, don't be stingy. Mr. Man, if you cannot give scratch card, take a paper, write the number, tear it and dash one. Or give it. What is it? Nowadays, it is the men now that are begging women. And women are looking for who they will give, so the men will love them. Hey, are you not thwarting the order and the plan of God? Oga is the one with the seed. That's why he carries sperm. Sperms don't stay, they are to be released. And they don't come one, they come in. Per release is 19 billion sperm cells. That's what comes out. The woman is the receiver. And whatever she receives, if she receives the baby, in the next 2 years, come and see that baby. That's a big boy. So she manages what is given to her. With the little that she carries, she has microwave in her breast. she has refrigerator in her breast. That's why when she's breastfeeding and it's hot, the breast milk becomes cold for the baby. Baby can never sweat when she's breastfeeding. And she has microwave when it's so cold and she's breastfeeding. Now who they microwave the food in her body? God will microwave it immediately and she will give it. There's an elastic in the body system of a woman. It's on her chest. Just leave her, no hormonal injection, nothing. At 12 years, it begins to pop up. She needs a bra to hold it. There's another elastic in her stomach. Give her a tiny sperm. Come and see the power of elasticity. Even if she's carrying 10, it will not burst. There is another at her back. When she wears skirts and it balances and she's walking, even Bishop will look through the side mirror. Everybody want to admire. What kind of a figure is this? There is yet another elastic that is where I don't want to mention because I'm born again. Only our husband will tell us about that one. And on the day of delivery, doctors and nurses will watch, but they can never manipulate. They can watch, but they can't manipulate it. 1 cm to 2 cm, 2 cm to 3, 3 to 5. It can jump to 10, and the head of a baby makes his way. Once the baby comes out, bam, it closes. Ever happen. Women in the house, God made you to be a stretcher. Stop crying. Stop crying. God made you to stretch and accommodate. I don't want to see any of you if you're a lady. You didn't know. Why are you shaking your hand? He just proposed. Won't he propose before? So I catch you crying. You tell me why you're crying. He that findeth a wife. The man that should cry, not you. You're not the one to cry. It's him. He's about to find something good. And so he should cry. He should kneel. Leave expectations. I'm in this relationship because court cases are too much and he's a lawyer. You started failing from beginning. You're not in that relationship because you want to prove to your village people that you can get in a relationship with them. So the thing started failing from the one, having no expectations. And then, know what you want in a relationship. You can't afford to marry, just anyone, because that relationship might lead to marriage. How would you know if you're marrying the wrong person or the right person? If you have if you keep having, you might be chasing the right person away. You might be pushing him or her away. Calm down. That's not your ATM machine. You're not in a bank. You didn't go to withdraw money. Just be realistic and look unto God, the author and finisher of your faith. Pretense. How can a pretender sustain a relationship? I don't eat swallow. And you eat fufu. Like, where are you going to be this holiday? Are you guys going to go to the US? And when did US become a yardstick for relationship? Which university did you go to? Is it federal or state? Oh, I went to federal. What verse of the Bible? If you like, go to Oxford. I'm looking at the you in you. Until you talk, then I will actually know whether you went to that school. It's not your school for who you are. It's not your school for what the school did in you. It's not your church, what the church has been able to do if you allow the church. Stop pretending. Most of the people that pretend, when you follow them to their house, you will cry. God decorated you and gave you a beautiful body. Instead of you to be grateful, you're now using the body to lie. Your uncle's friend is a senator. Who would that one help? You're even making matters worse for you because you're bringing in people. Why are you destroying your future? Somebody God brought by your side to help you. You're saying your friend's father is a senator. They don't even know you. The pretense. Okay. Everyone is a work in progress. No one is perfect. You have to know that. The person you imagine to be better and more understanding than the person you are currently with does not exist in any way. People have challenges and issues too. Probably ones you can't even fathom. We are all work in progress. That's who we are. I want you to know that change is constant. I'm now giving the point. I'm rounding up. So don't keep the past on life support. You've been supporting your past. It's been on life support since 5 years. You can't move forward. You can't. Don't put the past on life support. Change is a constant. Change is constant. Okay, let me take your questions. And let me tell you that one of the biggest mistakes you can make in a relationship is seeking your happiness in another person. No, you lie. You lie. There is no person who completes you because they didn't make you. God made you. Don't put your joy in him. Don't put your happiness in her. You will cry for it. God bless you. Let me take your questions.
Wow.
And you need to be louder.
Can you hear me clearly, ma'am?
Uche, can you hear? You will help me. I don't know why it's so faint. Maybe I'm using my iPhone. Maybe I should have used my iPad. Okay. Yeah, I'm hearing from my PS phone.
Okay, all right, ma. Thank you so much. We really wish this session wouldn't end, to be honest. You've broken all our tables, but we'll get new tables. Okay, so let me quickly read the first question. So the first question is from the YouTube, Esther. Esther is asking, so what if a guy approaches a lady and tells him he loves her and wants a marriage with her at the very first start? What do you have to say about that? About it?
Okay. Somebody approached you for not just for a relationship, for marriage, and the person is ready to marry you now. Okay, we know they do it like that. Please, just stay a little. Even God made Adam in Genesis 2:18, and he said it's not good for the man to be alone. And I thought that in 2:19 he was going to bring the woman, but in 2:19 he brought animals. And he told Adam, give them a name. Any name you call them, that's the name they will answer. And then, by the time God was doing a mathematics, Adam gave names and names. Apparently, God was looking at it. Are you done? Did you see your wife in their midst? He didn't call anyone woman. You know why I brought animals? I want to let you know that there are those you hit and shout at. But there are those you also value and don't really get them to the background. I will cause a deep sleep on you right now. And as you sleep, I'll take one bone. He said that to himself, which he did, and went a little far away and sat down and molded this woman. Gave her a curve. Some figure 8, some figure 4, some figure 3, some figure 2, some figure 1. Some different figures. Figure 8 is the bust big and the butt big, right? There are figure 4, stomach big, breast big, butt small. They are beautiful and wonderfully made. So by the time God was done, he brought her to Adam. And Adam was excited. You cannot just come now. Even when King Ahasuerus wanted to marry somebody to replace Vashti, it was a 1-year thing. Did I wait for 1 year? Must I wait for 1 year? No. But please, let's talk a little. I mean, I need to know who you are. Where are you coming from? How did you know I'm your wife? What's your testimony? How did you come about me? Anyway, you don't actually know me. You like me from afar. So by the time my attitude begins to come up, that's when love will speak. Do you understand? So does it mean that person cannot be from God? No. Person can be from God, but we need a little fresh air. We need to open the windows. Let's get to know each other. Not the one we do at the eating houses. Not the one I come to your house and we lock the door. Let's be real. Let's talk to ourselves. Who are you? How did you come about me? What is your testimony? What am I going to run with? Where are you coming from? How long have you known God? What do I need to know? One or two? At least when I'm talking to my people about you, I know what to say. So we need a little time to understand each other. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you so much. Okay, the second question.
Please increase.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, the second question says, you said we should accept apologies. What about a case of infidelity?
Okay. Repeat the second question. Yes, I hear you. Repeat it again.
Okay, so you said we should accept apologies. What about a case of infidelity? Is it possible to forgive or even forget?
No sin that is less or big. Sin is sin. There is no offense that is less or high. The example Christ gave us in the Bible was actually infidelity. It was actually a woman caught in adultery. The typical example that we know was actually a woman caught in adultery. And Jesus told them, if you know you have not done anything like that, come and throw the first stone. Infidelity is a case when it's the woman. But when the man does his thing, society, the man now, even though there's no scripture backup on that, but they will say he's a man. Where did God tell us that? Sin is sin, offense is offense. I know of a lady who cheated on her husband and went back and apologized. The man refused. She apologized. She went to the man's brother, even though she wasn't nice to them. But he said, why would you do that? She said she was all alone. Every time this man would leave her and go offshore, 1 month, 1 week, 3 weeks, the brother was actually advising his younger brother, the way you leave your wife is not good. She will be prone. And you told her to stop working. Immediately, she appealed to the mind of that. He had a reason to go and confront the brother again. He forgave, brought her back. And the baby they couldn't have when things were going on happened. So as long as you're a child of God, the Bible says forgive. And forgive is forgive, no matter what the crime is. The third question.
All right, Ma. So the third question, the person is saying, I would like to know if it's possible to move on in a marriage that is over a decade and the woman doesn't trust the man from year to 1 meter. And the man feels because they are both second timers in marriage. This person is asking as a clergy and as a father.
Is it possible to
move on in a marriage that is over a decade and the woman doesn't trust the man from here to 1 meter? But the man is feeling that it's because they are both second timers in marriage.
No. You're not, you shouldn't move on. Reconcile. We shouldn't just move on and leave our marriages just for any reason. When life is threatened, when you are going to die in that marriage, when somebody is saying, I will kill you, I'll butcher you, I'll murder you, or beat you, then there is danger. But this is a case of trust. It can hurt. But why don't you call a round table and find out where it takes two to quarrel. It takes two. Even though somebody is the offender, but it takes two to quarrel. It doesn't take one. It takes two people. Each time you hear you can never hear I quarreled. We too. It is we. So you and I. So let the peacemaking begin from me so that we can take it to another level. The next question.
Thank you, ma'am. The next question. In a case whereby your partner is acting below his capacity. That means low productivity. How do you help him to do more?
You can use other people to speak to him. You can send him messages. You can also look into his background. It could be a repeated lifestyle from where he's coming from. Who was his father? Who was his mother? Who were those who he related with? And if he's that man that is set in his own ways, like he doesn't listen to anybody, then you could be sending him links to messages. And above all, pray for him, because he needs to be jacked up from where he is. You don't have to keep quiet. Keeping quiet is danger. So look for avenues through which he will listen to you and make sure you pass the message if you directly cannot talk to him.
Thank you, ma'am. The next question. As a clergy, can I talk two people out of marriage? Because I've seen they are going nowhere. They've had 5 abortions and they are less than 26. Also, they are both not working.
Can you read that again? What is she?
This person is asking as a clergy.
Someone out of a relationship
out of marriage,
26 years of age and down, that have had 5 abortions, and you see that they are not going anywhere. Can you talk them out of that relationship?
As a clergy, can you talk
them out of the relationship?
In that relationship, they've committed abortion
5 times.
5 times.
And they are not going anywhere. They are not making any headway.
Okay. Before you talk them out of that relationship, make sure you hear directly from God. That people commit sin in a relationship does not make that relationship a good one. A lot of people are deeply in ignorance. I know a lady that committed abortion 3 or 4 times, ended up married, and today they are best for it. You see, this thing called marriage and relationship, you have to apply wisdom and make sure you hear from God. You have to. She moved on. I mean, they got married. I know one day I was ministering and I was talking about the 5th commandment. You and I know what the 5th commandment is. Honor your father and your mother. I didn't mention anything about lovemaking. A lady walked out crying, a slim, tall lady. It was a big call, my meeting, my conference. And I was wondering why she left. I saw her crying. Everybody turned to look at her. She went to the door and collected all my tapes. That was around 5 p.m. Headed to Owerri. The boyfriend saw her and said, "Yay, she's here for another round." And the girl removed all blue movies that they used to watch. She removed all of them, replaced with my tapes, and still left Owerri that night and came back. The man said, "What is this?" He said, "That was yesterday. I'm a brand new person." I only talked about the 5th commandment. And that same relationship that was every way sin is not one of the best. She did a U-turn and everybody changed. The man had to, because he really loved her, and they got married. So call them and make them see scriptures and let them be born again. Once, you don't even need to talk to them. They will talk themselves out. But it's obvious that they lack God. They lack Christ. So preach Christ to them. Number 2, they shouldn't even be staying together. Why should they be staying together? Not to talk of sleeping together. How are they able to meet? So talking them out of it, why have you been watching them commit abortion? You didn't stop them from sleeping together. You didn't tell them that it was wrong. So the reason why you want to separate them is because she's been committing abortion and the man is not married. No, that's a wrong one. Do you understand what I'm saying? The reason why you want to separate them is because abortion and they shouldn't even sleep together in the first place. They shouldn't even commit a fornication or whatever, not to talk of getting pregnant. So they lack God. They don't know God.
Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you. I believe you've answered all questions. At the moment, there are no more questions. Thank you so much. We love you. Oh, man. I wish we didn't have to end the session. Guys, please, let's appreciate Dr. Chioma Ibezim. Please send in your emojis, your love in the chat box. Please let us feel the love from here. Wow. Even those on YouTube are sending their comments. Everybody really wishes that this session didn't have to end, but then we have to end it. Thank you so much, Ma.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I would love to have you over and over again. Thank you so much, ma. Thank you,
All right,
thank
dear,
you,
God
ma.
bless you.
All right, ma. Yes, ma. So we've come to the end of today's session.